What's up, everybody? I'm going to talk into this one because this one's on me, and this one, the other one's on
Hey.
Garrett and Jack. This is the very
It's us.
first. This is the very first CLINE pod. We don't have a name for it yet. I think we're just going to call it CLINE pod.
CLINEcast.
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 I don't like CLINEcast. I'm just kidding.
You don't like it?
No, that's fine.
Oh,
that's fine.
CLINEcast.
It's fine. He don't like it, but it's fine.
We're not going to edit any of this.
CLINEcast.
No, this is a no edit. Do it live.
Yeah.
Filtered.
So this came
Situation.
about is like, why are we doing a podcast? Everybody's got a podcast.
Everybody's got a podcast.
That's
Why
why we're doing.
not?
That's why we're doing it.
Why not?
Because
everybody else is
everybody
doing
has
it.
a podcast.
Everybody else is doing
We
it.
didn't, and we were like, okay, we're finally traveling now. We're gonna do like this year, what 80 shows end
Yeah.
up
80 to
basically from
85.
May to 85.
Yeah.
and we're like,
May to Thanksgiving, it's 72. I did count them up.
Nice.
and we were
Yeah.
like, how we usually tour. This year's been different. Usually we tour like Wednesday through Saturday or Thursday. It's more weekend stuff. This year's been different. We went ham.
we went
Ham.
ham
because
straight.
because that was the opportunities we had.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get into that at some point in time throughout this journey, just taking your opportunities.
Yeah.
But we are on tour. Big news.
Big news.
With our buddy Rhett Walker.
Rhett
Yeah.
Walker.
We've been pumped. And so this tour is like awesome because it's Wednesday through Sunday every other week.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
He's a dad.
He's a family man.
That helps
Yeah.
a lot.
And we're family people and like to be home with our families and our church and stuff too as much as possible.
and he titled the tour. This podcast is sponsored by,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, well.
the Days That We Dreamed Of tour.
Yeah.
Which these are the days
that we dreamed
that
of.
we dreamed of.
Yeah.
And
So apparently he dreamed of touring with us too.
Yeah, I
Apparently.
think he did.
Probably every night. Like probably every night in between shows, he's thinking, "Man, I really want to impress the Clines."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Or probably
Am I
not.
the
Maybe
only
not.
one that doesn't think so?
No, I'm with you. So basically, this whole thing though, I don't know if I had the idea or y'all had the idea. I can't remember, but I was like, you always leave those weeks or weekends with funny like Monday quarterback
Yeah,
stories.
it's Monday. This is like a Monday morning
Yeah.
quarterback for music.
Yeah.
And so I
And
was
life.
just
Watching the
like,
tape.
Yeah, we're watching the tape.
Watching the tape.
so Jacqueline keeps us pretty honed in on like Garrett and I are like, let's just do it. Let's just do anything, a song, flag football, whatever. And she's always like, but what? Like what are we going to talk about? And so that was sprung the idea. So I'm just excited.
So
to do
this is the pilot
well,
episode.
and also we have to acknowledge that Derek is quite the comedian, so like that doesn't hurt.
Well, I am
Doesn't
going to try
hurt.
my
So-
stand up out on
Yeah.
this.
So this is
figured.
definitely the pilot episode. We're going to talk about music,
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
marriage,
Okay.
kids, touring,
Sports
sports.
How long
everything.
is this?
It's forever.
Oh Lord, y'all. I'm sorry.
as
This is
long as
forever.
possible.
And but I think with all that, I think this will be valuable. Now I don't know where it's going to fall. Like, are we putting this in the Christian podcast category or the comedy or the?
We make
Lifestyle.
our own. We're gonna make our own genre for
We're
this.
gonna blaze
Yeah.
our
It's
own.
the
I don't
genre.
know.
CLINEcast.
It's the CLINEcast.
Okay.
It's
Just
the
let it be what
CLINEcast.
it becomes.
It's the CLINE pod.
It's just
I like
what
this.
It is.
Well,
But anyway, so I was just going to get started with the big news for us right now. We kind
Yep.
of already said it. We're on the road with Rhett Walker.
yep.
Yes.
And we had
We
our
out there.
we are out there, and we were
out
supposed to
there.
have our first run last week.
Yeah.
Started in Somerset, Kentucky, which was close for us. It was
It's-
cool. And that was a really good night, and we had some things went really good, some things went. I don't think anybody would have known that they didn't go as good, but to us, some things went, eh.
Yeah. Some things felt like the first night of the tour.
Yeah.
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 And then we got cut short because of the hurricane.
Yep.
So that kind of stunk.
Okay.
But
so, yeah, so Rhett lives in Augusta, Georgia, by
Right.
the way.
Does he want you telling people that?
I got his address. I'm gonna announce it at the
Okay,
end
good.
for the highest bidder.
Cool.
No, he people know he lives in Georgia, which got hit really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
So he had needed to get home to his family.
right,
So we had to cancel 2 shows. We were going to reschedule. But this week
this week.
we're headed out. you have to, whatever you're doing in life, you have to have, my friend Jeff would call it a brand pillar.
Yeah.
Which is marketing jargon,
Yeah.
right? But like we're talking about our family and our faith and our music, and it's like who we are. And you said, we feel very confident. We spent all of the winter, spring, January, February getting told, no, you guys won't be able to go on. And they were right.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go on tour this year because you don't have a radio single.
You
You
don't
don't
have a
have a
record
record label. You don't have enough streams. You don't have enough
By means
followers.
of the industry.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the metrics said we didn't have enough
Right.
to go do a Rhett Walker tour or
Right.
whatever, and then we did.
We did.
So,
Yeah.
I think the whole point is you got to know who you are and do it and do that every day and be
Yeah.
about that every time you're doing anything, whether
Yeah.
it's in front of people or behind closed doors,
Yeah.
so that when you get the opportunity, you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is who we are, this is what we're about. And it doesn't matter if there's 10 people here or 10,000. It doesn't matter if I'm in my office or on stage. This is who we are.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I think starting tour with Rhett in the way it was structured gave us all a little bit of shock, a little bit of like, oh, hey, we're here.
Yeah,
We're at the place everybody
we're-
said we couldn't be.
we're doing it.
And also, oh yeah,
Okay, how do
this
we
is this is who we are. This is what we're about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
keep doing
Yeah.
that.
How do we
Who
do-
are we again? Yes.
Yeah, it's
okay.
so easy,
Yeah.
and because we've been around artists, so many artists, and being around country folks for a long time, and being behind a guy that's had a successful career, we got to be a part of. So many people chase trends, and
Yeah.
they do it in every genre.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's just a
We
country thing.
we
It's just
all do it.
we all do
Yeah.
it, and I think we had a little bit this year. We've undone our chasing. It's like, okay, this is who we are. I just listened to the mix on a song that's going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's who we are.
Yeah.
It's similar to Worthy One. It's like that's our ID.
Yeah.
And so I was like we don't need to go chase try to make a cool Matthew West song. Those are dope, and he has
Absolutely.
big songs, and those go. And I love Rhett's style. Speaking of Rhett, Rhett's got these really awesome country sounding. The song "Days We Dreamed of," incredible song,
Should be
Like-
a country radio #1.
and I hope it is.
I hope it is someday for him.
But
it's such a well written
yeah,
song.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, so this is how we had a little malfunction there. Okay, so this is how our week especially the first week of the tour started. We left Bowling Green to go to Somerset on Tuesday afternoon, right? Was it Tuesday afternoon?
Yeah.
Somerset's an hour and a half from Bowling Green, if you don't know. It's on Eastern time. We're in Central time here in Bowling Green. And we went the night early to be like, we've all done the thing where it's like, especially with touring, just being in a vehicle, it doesn't matter if you're in a tour bus or a van, or it's just like traveling is exhausting. So it's like we want to have good legs on Wednesday. We'll go down, we'll kind of do a production rehearsal. And so this is a light tour. There's 6 of us on the entire tour. It's not a big to do, which is honestly awesome.
It is. It's been great.
It's very chill.
The
Very
one time's
awesome.
been great.
The one time it's been
very
amazing. And so we get halfway to Somerset, and it's like Rhett calls, and Rhett's like, dude, we're not going to make it until, sometime the next day.
Yeah.
And so we're like, well, okay, do we want to go sit up and do production rehearsals tonight? I mean, is
Or
it really
sleep in our bed.
or do we want to go back home? Do we want? So we decided to go to Chili's across from the hotel. You're like, you know what? We'll just get up
Just do it.
Wednesday morning and just take our time. And so that's what we did. It was great. We had our buddy Cam, who's also an awesome guy, who's at a church here in Bowling Green too. And we're just trying to figure out a way to get him on the road with us all the time. It was
All
great.
the
So if Cam ever hears this or watches this or sees this,
Hey, Cam.
hey Cam. And so anyway, Wednesday, set up, sound check, get everything going, all good. Rhett gets there, his family gets there, blah, blah, blah. Show happens, great night. Well then, as you know, as I said earlier, Thursday we're driving towards Bristol, and it's like this hurricane's coming in, and the folks that do the tour called and was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to reschedule these." So we turned around and drove back to BG. So basically, we
Back to Somerset.
to Somerset,
Through Somerset.
first
Through
to get
Somerset.
Starbucks,
Yeah.
and then back to BG, and that was the first week of the tour. So it sounds kind of monotonous, but I do have a favorite part of that whole weekend.
Okay.
So, if anybody's ever been married or toured with a woman, either one, you have to make sure they eat.
Oh,
And
Lord,
that's the
here we go.
That's the truth. This is not conducive to just you, Jack. This is
If there's a female,
Liz.
they have to eat.
Liz,
Or just coffee.
Are you familiar with the term hangry?
Something.
hangry. Liz,
You know what's funny?
has to eat.
Derek gets hangry.
I do.
We
I
all
do.
get hangry, but
And-
this story's about you.
Exactly.
I do. We all get hungry, but this one's about Jack. So we're in Somerset, Kentucky to start the morning. We're on a really nice strip of there's so many things.
Yeah.
There's a Starbucks, and Jacqueline did one tour with Alexander Pappas, and now she can't drink
Yeah, she
Starbucks
can't drink
anymore.
I drink
Starbucks.
coffee
She's too good.
every-
I-
no,
and she
I don't like
swears-
Star- I don't. I
and
haven't liked
she's-
Starbucks in a minute.
She swears that I've never liked Starbucks. I'm like, yeah, right. Okay. I know for
never
a
said
fact I've seen you because I know your Starbucks
I like
order.
She's
PSL.
like, have you?
I know your
she
Starbucks
wakes up
order.
and goes,
You
have you
should see.
checked the
They don't
source
have
app?
enough. The app runs out of space. Is how many different special things you got to do on Jack's.
Derek
Anyway,
Klein is not dramatic at all.
I'm really not.
at
I'm
all.
misspeaking facts right now. So, well, I'm thinking we left at like 11 a.m. and I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. Like I'm ready to get some food. I'm Diet Coke connoisseur, McDonald's lover. And so we're like, let's get an hour and a half down the road or something. I'm like, okay, here we go. Okay, we'll do it. Well, actually, it starts with, but I need coffee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we stop at a coffee place. Worst cup of coffee
Oh
Jack's
my
ever
God.
had.
Don't say the name of it.
Well, no, what I'm saying. I'm
was
not saying the
terrible.
name. It's for, and I'm thinking there's a Starbucks
Right
You know what you're
next
going to get
to-
right next to. Nope, that's good. Well, we start driving, and it's sure enough. And Cam is driving, and me and Cam are buddies. And when we're in the van, we pick on each other, and it's like it's not.
You
it's,
wouldn't think we were friends.
No,
honestly.
it's not.
No.
It's not
If somebody
heavy.
like saw a clip of the
Yeah.
van ride, they'd
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
you guys
even
work
like
together?
Like
What?
each other? Okay.
But it's lighthearted. It's always funny. There's always a little hint of truth, though, always. And Jack's like, I've got to have coffee. And I'm thinking, we stopped to get coffee. I'm hungry. So we pull off, and I get a Diet Coke at McDonald's. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm thinking to myself,
Self.
I should just go ahead and get some French fries because I'm already hungry, whatever. Well, we proceed to listen to Jacqueline talk about food for, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Next 40 minutes.
45 minutes because we had all of this stuff to eat in Somerset.
It wasn't what I wanted.
You know, exactly. So that was my favorite story. We finally made it to a Cracker Barrel, and we had a great lunch. I had meatloaf.
It was so
It was really good.
It actually
But
was legit.
just the insight in on when you're touring, especially in the van, like we're doing this tour. You know, we're driving everywhere in a Sprinter van, which is honestly Garrett and I used to do that obviously, and then we got to be in the buses and stuff, and like I never thought I would ever want to go back to the van, but days like that, I'm like, the van's kind of fun.
The van's kind of fun.
You know, the night game has a song. You know, the night
Yeah.
game guy.
Oh, yeah.
He has a song called "Back in the Van," talking about guys he was in or still is Boys Like Girls, the
Yeah.
big
Big
rock pop band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he started the night game, they started driving. Anyway, I just think of that song. And I'm like, but yeah, that was my favorite. This me and Cam basically making fun of Jack the whole entire time.
The whole time. And still texting about
And
it.
still
afterwards.
texting about it. And so that was my favorite part. Even though we only got one show in, that was my favorite part.
Man. Well, we had our kids, so I was overstimulated from the.
I'll say my favorite tour memory because I think this will be a great clip for the socials.
I agree.
So my favorite thing was one, getting to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
like Ebenezer Stone
Yeah.
moment, right? Hey, everything we said we believed everything we said we dreamed of, we did it, right?
Yeah.
So that was great. That was a deep, nice moment
That is deep
for me.
Thank you.
Light moment was Rhett gets there finally, and we're going to sound check with Rhett.
Right.
Me and Derek are going to play bass and drums on some of Rhett's set, and Derek was MDing for him. And we're played 1.5 songs of the set. And he's like, yeah, y'all good? It's like, yeah, we're good. And so the first time we ever played Somebody Say Amen
And gospel song.
which are hits.
Big hits.
Big hits with Rhett Walker. The first time we ever
It
played.
got the people out of their seats.
People
Yeah.
stood up.
Yeah.
People were going nuts, throwing babies.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a Bud Light in the back. I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm
It
not
wouldn't have
sure.
been that,
We were in
but
Somerset, Kentucky.
It wouldn't have been that, but go ahead.
The
Bush Light,
first
maybe.
time we ever played those songs was during the show when they came up on the set list.
And it was
Yeah.
awesome.
And it was awesome.
was
It
awesome.
was.
And I was
Yeah.
like, our whole music career has prepped us
Yeah.
for this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I
that's-
thought that was actually pretty fun.
But dude,
That to be like,
yes.
all right, and in the words of our friend Scotty Wilbanks, this ain't no hobby. Count me off.
Count me off.
So I thought that was pretty great.
I had a funny that I forgot to tell you all about. So there was an individual that was asking for Jack. And I know I look a little different without makeup, but I don't overdo it with the makeup. I don't think.
You don't look that.
I think
like,
I
you
think
don't
you're
look
tasteful.
pretty similar.
different
I
on
think you're
stage.
tasteful with it.
And so I walk up to this lady because I've heard she's looking for Jack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I'm Jack. And she's like, oh, are you I think I'm looking for Jack,
the lead singer of CLINE.
well, no, a man, Jack. And I was like, and y'all, the picture's up, and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, yeah, you probably are. So I just walk away. They come back and get me. I'm like, I just talked. And she was so embarrassed. She was so embarrassed.
bless
And
her
I was
heart.
like, really, it's okay.
Oh, man,
It
that's
is okay. So
That's great.
that was funny.
There you go. So the correct spelling, JACQ,
CQ.
takes care of the gender identity problems.
Jacqueline.
Yeah, Jacqueline.
But anyway, yeah, it was so fun. I hate that it got cut short, honestly.
But
But we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to this
it's a great segue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Wyoming, Gillette, Wyoming.
Yes.
Canyon City, Colorado, which
Yes.
we've already been to, which
We
is
did an
amazing
acoustic tour there.
Yep.
Awesome
Yes.
people.
Amazing people there. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
They knew about us coming back before we did.
I think they did.
That was
Yeah.
Greeley, Colorado
Same.
next week.
Yeah.
Which we played the Greeley Stampede.
Yep.
So it's nice to be back there
Yeah.
to play some music
I
about
was
Jesus.
in Colorado. So
I
Yeah.
love
Good.
Colorado. And we're
Colorado's
going to
great.
end in Dodge City,
Dodge
Kansas.
City, Kansas.
Lot of rock and roll
That's
history.
near Wichita.
Near
there.
Wichita.
Oh, cool.
Outside Wichita. So, hey, come see us.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's gonna be a good run.
It
And
will be.
we're
These are the days that we dreamed of.
days we dreamed of. I hope they're dreaming of them too. I hope you're dreaming of them out there. No, that's fun. Yeah, I'm excited to document this, even if nobody watches this, because this is gonna be funny to look back at in
Yeah.
5 or 10 years on our, our first actual big tour.
Yeah.
I think it's a big tour.
Feels big
It
to me.
is. It's big. People show up. They
It's a
sing.
tour.
And they worship. And
It's a tour nobody thought we could go do.
and it's a tour nobody thought we could go do. And I just think it's so cool that we got to be with Rhett,
Yeah.
because on all of these, when you go on a tour, the boss sets the vibe.
Yeah.
The headlining artist sets the vibe.
yeah.
And we've been on great ones that set the vibe, and it's like, oh man, this feels like family. I can walk into your green room and get a water if I need to. Hey, come on my bus, let's chill, let's watch football. You know, and I've been on tours where it's like, don't even look in the wrong direction, or you're gonna get reprimanded.
TM's going to chew you out.
and get chewed out, and so the kindness of God
Yeah.
to give us Rhett Walker, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And this.
We
so
line up on
thankful.
so many different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
It's
thankful.
just,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like just because he's nice to sit in a big tour. I mean, everywhere we're going, selling out.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
because of us, because Rhett's awesome.
Yeah.
People
He's got
love
big songs.
Rhett.
Yeah.
People love Rhett.
Well,
People
there's
love it.
he relates to you on this. He
Yeah.
connects with you.
Yeah.
He's about
he's
connecting
he's
with you.
authentic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Real
he
deal.
is who he is.
Real deal.
So I just think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
And he had another Dove nomination this year.
that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that.
so
Friday we'll find out who won.
So I think
Yeah.
I think that's his 4th or 5th one. So
That's
fourth
pretty
for
wild.
sure.
Sweet.
So like if he has 4 plus our Dove nominations, that's that's still
That's
4.
still his 4.
That's 4.
Hey, we did have a consideration last year though.
we
It's-
did.
You know what? I thought it would be funny.
Which to
You know how
me-
people always say it's just an honor to be nominated. Mm-hmm. I think we need to make it like
I feel
some
the same.
meme that's like it's just an honor to be a consideration.
It's just honor. It's just an honor to be considered. Like
Yeah.
nobody voted for us to be nominated,
Right.
But it was just honored that they
It's-
had to go past Klein.
Yeah.
It's an honor
To-
that they had to
to-
scroll
you had to
past
scroll
Klein to
past
click
Klein.
towards
Click
Frank.
Brandon Lake. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So yeah.
great.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's fun.
There's their CLINEcast episode number 1, the pilot.
001.
Right here.
Zero,
right
ze-
now.
001.
001.
We're gonna be back with you. I don't know how we're gonna do these probably after every run. So
Yeah,
maybe
let's-
every
That'd be good.
maybe every other week.
Maybe
So we'll
bi-weekly.
see.
This might be a bi-weekly podcast.
Probably bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Garrett and Jack are hard to nail down. I pretty much live in this. We're in our studio right now, our CLINE headquarters. I basically live here. They just show up to come do these things, and
Our 3-year-old for sure thinks Uncle D lives out the church.
he does.
He says out, not
Out
at.
the church.
Yeah, out the
Uncle
church.
D
Yeah.
lives out the church.
So I'm excited to have stories about our West Coast run next time we're
We're
up,
gonna have a bunch of stories.
and probably gonna have to bring in some football.
Yep.
Oh.
And
next
we got some special guests I think that are already kind of like they'd like to be a part of this.
Oh, really?
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Oh, special to hear.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well,
I like
I'll let
that.
y'all know when it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Well, Garrett also. We do have a manager, but Garrett also manages us. So yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, that'd
Cool.
be good.
So let's leave them out with this. Y'all remember the song that I taught you? We're gonna do. Okay,
Yeah.
ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna catch y'all.
Gosh,
1,
no, I'm not
2,
ready.
3.